I mean, I'm a bit crazy or whatever you want to call it, but I like to dig deep into meanings of words and everything. And I like to go into analysing a page in depth and the words on the page. And, well, if I change that word to that, what's the impact kind of thing? And just as one example, I changed the word only to just and increased the conversion rate.
Right.
Just like just the meanings of words. And I've, studied things, and that's how in depth I sort of go into. But I think, it's not, words are not just words. It's like we need to start thinking about, well, what do these words actually mean?
Right, precisely. And I think so on the SEO Hub we have the Wix SEO Hub, we have a fantastic article about implicit intent. And if you think about somebody who's looking for, say, like things to do on a rainy day, there's an implicit intent that that person wants to be inside, right? They haven't said that they want to be indoors, but if they said rainy day, they mean indoors. You don't have to, and so when you think about like what that means, you need to understand like what you need to understand like that there is an intent to be inside. So and it might be that some people like swimming out in the sea on a rainy day, but like most people would probably be inside, like to be at the cinema or something like that instead. So I think that it's important to remember and understand those things and to actually know what it is you're talking about. And I think that's why Google added the expertise element to their EEAT thing, because sometimes without sharing too much, I'm lactose intolerant, and I've had and I've looked up various different things about like, oh, could this concern my health? Like, oh, what's an issue of being lactose intolerant? And they literally all say the same thing, and you can tell that all of these people all read the same article and they all referenced the same article when they were writing up this SEO content about this particular topic. However, if there was somebody who was like, I have not eaten dairy for 20 years and I have had this issue and I've had that issue, or I have not had this issue and I have not had that issue, that's important. That's useful. That is valuable. That is useful, important content. And that's different from content that's just based on something that someone read. And I think, I know that I know you got recently welcomed a grandson and things. And I know that when you're raising children, people have a lot of opinions. But it's actually more useful to get more advice or to get experience from people when they're talking about like how, family stuff and things like that. Oh, I had this experience with my son was learning to drive. He did this, that, and the other. Like, that's useful. But like if they say, oh, when you learn to drive, you've got to do that sort of thing. That's like, I don't know, maybe that's true, maybe it's not. But your experience is true. You can't, like, your experience is what your experience was, and me listening to your experience, I can take whatever kernels of knowledge and whatever things are useful to me from that. But I think that experience can make a big difference, and to whether or not we are able to understand the meaning behind the things that we write, and can help make it easier for Google to understand the things that we're writing.
You've been listening to the Unscripted SEO Interview Podcast with me, Mark A. Preston. Join us next time as I interview more top SEO professionals.